Okay. So, video looks good, sound looks good. Just waiting for the YouTube preview here to pop up. That looks good. We're golden. Excellent. Hey there, hi there, everybody. So, today is the big beta day. It's just switched over. I'm about to hit participate, check it out, see what's new and happening. I want to welcome you to the video. I want to say a big howdy to those of you who are watching live. Thanks for checking me out. To those of you who are watching in the future, appreciate you finding the channel in the depths of YouTube. Appreciate that. And a big welcome to the new Von subs to the channel. It's really cool that you guys hit subscribe, that you found the place, and that you're interested enough in the content to want to see what's coming out more. So, glad to have you here. So, without too much further ado, it looks like they are calling it Act 7 after all, instead of Book 2. Oh no. So they didn't change over the Hulkbuster copy. Cool, that's fun. It is just going live, so I am going into this completely blind. I got 5 million gold. That's neat. Let's see what's over here. That's okay. Level up event. That's neat as well. A bunch of resources and pots, which is fantastic. I have a feeling that those are going to come in handy. The one thing I do want to check and see is that, okay, cool. My most recent rank ups have been kept ranked up, so that's cool. So, you know, without much further dilly-dallying, let's see what's up. So, take a screen cap of that. That's going to come in handy later on. So it's called Reboot. First up, rewards. What do we have in store here? To be determined. Okay. Okay. Cool. So that's fun. But, you know, going in blind. Let's see what we got. Alright, so 7 paths, that's nice. A bleed vulnerability on 1. We've got vigorous assault on the other. We've got life cycle. Life cycle and small arms, that's gloriously annoying. Arrogance. That's new. And Cold Turkey 3. Whenever the attacker purifies a debuff, you get degen damage. So that is not a fun Aegon path. Icarus. This looks like a solid ghost path. That looks like a solid ghost path. That's probably what I'll run with first. Oh, I take it back. 9 paths. Lovely. Power struggle. Unblockable specials. Return to sender, incinerate. That's new. But all this dilly-dally, who is the boss and what do they do? Got an Emma Frost here. So, Emma. When the defender struck, you got a 40% chance to inflict armor break on yourself. So basically go into that fight with a permanent armor break. So this is not a fun ghost boss. Heal block. And oscillate. What's the global here? No global? Well, that's nice. That's mighty nice. And oscillate. It seems fairly vanilla. All right. Well, let's see what the whole thing's about then, huh? So then, with that in mind, it's also interesting that they're only giving us the first 3 of the 6 quests. Hey, what's up, AC? How you doing, man? Let's go in and tweak this just a bit. Let's bring in you. Let's bring in Heimdall, just because I'm inevitably going to have some fun scrub gameplay. And who else do I want to play with? Let's do Sparkles. Because why not? See what happens. I'm doing quite well, thanks. Quite well indeed. Just diving into the beta here to see what the thing is even about. By and large, it looks like it's going to be fairly interesting overall, I'd have to say. No, there are no rewards posted currently, which is really dumb. Which is really dumb. Maybe that's something they're going to be telling us about later on. Maybe that's something remains to be determined. But let's see, where do I want to go first? Meltdown is new. Whenever the defender is struck by a basic attack, they gain a meltdown charge. When the defender is knocked down, they consume any active meltdown charges and deal the attacker a burst of energy damage for each meltdown consumed. If the defender is affected by a power drain, all charges are safely removed. So that could actually be a solid voodoo path. And you know what? I didn't check. It doesn't look like there is champion class. Well, okay. So there still are the class gates, so it has to be a 5-star or above, which is fun. But, you know, heck with it. Let's just see what happens. Icarus is always a fun ghost path, huh? Alright, see what we got. So I take no damage when I have less than 3 buffs on me. Which, because of Icarus, isn't that big of a deal. Probably should have brought a hood. But, you know. Oh well. You know, easy 137,000 damage right there. Whole heck of a lot of degen though. You gotta be careful about that. Really should have brought hood. But again, anticipate fun scrub gameplay today, and mistakes aplenty. So there is that. That is. Oh come on, that's dumb. That's dumb. Alright. So the dude's gonna turtle up. That's fun. So, going back in, gonna try Icarus one more time. Now I am currently running Suicides, or at least Double Edge. The passive shock is always super annoying though. And that may be what winds up getting me in the end, especially if they turtle up again like Yondu did last time. So, just at first glance, there appeared that there were going to be a number of new nodes, which looked like it was going to be pretty fun. Number of power drain requiring nodes, some more, whatchamacallit, there's a bleed vulnerability. Nothing too terribly crazy. But Icarus is always fun. Icarus requires active buffs, right? Or buffed up? That's interesting. So I'm going to get ruined right here, no doubt. I need a bleed invulnerable for this. Now let's see, what would be a fun workaround for this? Because Claire constantly nullifies buffs, which is fun. She may wind up being like a new, what was it, Symbiote Supreme on that other path. Because she auto-nullifies. So then let's see, is Colossus shock immune and incinerate immune, right? No, not shock immune. So that's going to be fun. Getting the extra buffs out of someplace. That will be the challenge. Okay, so let's scrub the ghost team. Let's try the voodoo, shall we? Well, heck. Then just bring Ghost and Wasp for, well, no, Power Drain. Who else do we have that can Power Drain reliably? Fun, fun. Claire does too, doesn't she? Okay, so... Oh, I was gonna say, if this whole thing is a bleed vulnerable path, that's gonna be stupid with Luke Cage right there. So that's another poison. What's up, Yasser? How you doing, bud? So right now I'm just checking out, scoping out the rest of the paths here. Got a bleed vulnerability, which doesn't look like that's too bad. There was... where was it? That's basically they're just unblockable the entire time. It's probably the easy way to go. Well, forget those scrubs. Bring in the A-team. And, you know, see what happens. See what happens. Alright, so essentially everyone here on the path is unblockable. Also, there's a global here that wasn't elsewhere. So that's fun. So what do we got? Arc overload, it looked like. Okay, so arc overload and then a stun vulnerability, which is interesting. So... that could be fun. Come on. Whiff. Whiff. God, that was awful. Alright. What was that? That is some fun little teleporting. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. What's up, Sheermoy? How are ya? Thanks for stopping by. We'll have to wind up seeing. They did not post rewards at all. This is an amazing path if you've got a solid nullified champ. So that's fun. Just burn all this, because, you know, gold and items mean nothing here. But I just want to try this first with Ghost just for kicks because it's a Ghost and inevitably she's going to be, I think, a popular option. But again, for this path, you need to go in thinking that everyone's going to be constantly unblockable. It just depends what the unblockable trigger is. So for Civil Warrior here, it's his armor ups. For the X-23 we just fought, it was regen. If you had someone who can reliably and quickly nullify or auto-nullify, you're going to be golden on that path. So I will be wanting to take, if I get stuck for whatever reason, or just on subsequent playthroughs, it'd be fun to take in some nullified champs like Symbiote Supreme, Doom. I didn't even look to see which is his unblockable trigger. Probably Unstoppable. Yeah. No, it's not the Unstoppable. What is it? Armor up? Regen, maybe? I should have looked. And that's me getting ahead of myself. Scrub gameplay galore. Promised you something. Definitely following through on that. So for Colossus here, still kind of, I want the usual slow, slow counters. That may help. So it's probably got to be the regen that makes him extra annoying and unblockable. Right? He's not showing unblockable right now. So I don't get it. Really should have looked at that node. Anyway, moving right along. Hulkbuster. So whenever they have armor ups, Namor, whenever he regenerates, so that's rare. Ah, okay. That's what it is. So he's gonna just always be outraged. Ultron, that's super easy. Regen buff, that's sporadic. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yasser, it does not say. It's really unfortunate, it doesn't say. But here, let me show you. Because that, believe me, was the first thing I went to go check out myself. I guess it won't. But it didn't say. It didn't say what chapter completion was or what the rewards for each room would be. So whether or not we actually get rewards once we finish or not remains to be seen. But believe me, I'm just as curious as you as to what we may be getting here in the future. This path also, for those of you just tuning in, also has stun vulnerability. 200% added damage when they're stunned, which is nice. Oh, what? That I completely disagree with. That's crock. That's 4 hits right there, and that didn't knock off the precision. I call baloney on that one. But it has the stun vulnerability, which is super handy for those of you who just want to go in and parry and then combo. But again, just looking at it quick, I would definitely say that this is probably the easy path. There's a bleed and poison vulnerability path as well. That may also be a solid option if you got a really good poison champ. So Namor here still has the stun vulnerability, arc overload. And anytime he gets to regen, he's unblockable. Which means he's going to be getting a lot of power and throwing a lot of specials, which means he's going to be unblockable a lot. Plus he's Namor, so you gotta watch out for his reflect damage on his attacks. So that doesn't go poorly for you. Oh, you clown. Thank you. I am not going to be my usual talkative self, which I apologize for, just because well, I don't want to get even more destroyed than I would be currently. I also am fully aware that going into the Emma Frost fight here later on, Ghost isn't going to be super useful because Emma Frost essentially always is going to have an armor break on me. So anytime he regens... So he's only going to be unblockable twice, basically. And when the heals come up. Whoop. Alright. Let's play this a bit more cautiously then, huh? And then Ultron always has his evasion up, which is so much fun. Which is a low chance, but knowing, you know, game statistics, the low chance means it has a super high chance to proc on defense. On offense, not so much. Defense, though, it procs all the time. You get something that has like a 5 or 10% trigger, it means that they're basically always doing that, usually evading. Here's looking at you, Spider-Man. Ultron. So this is the same case. Anytime he heals, he's unblockable. I'm actually a fan of this path. Because even though I'm using Ghost, you don't need Ghost. So long as your intercept game is on point. And I say that partially tongue-in-cheek, knowing that my intercept game is usually not as good as it could be. Well, now he's always unblockable. Come on. Come on. Thank you. There is no story in-game just yet. So there isn't any, aren't any bubbles to click through. It's just basically half of Act 7, Book 1, whatever they're gonna finally call it. So far, just looking at it difficulty-wise, I'd say it's probably more like 6.3 than 6.4. Which is nice. Hey, yes sir. Hello again. But we are about three fights away from the first boss. So let's try this a little bit different. Let's try this with Sparkles. Which means she should be unblockable from the start. Yep. This one's gonna be fun. Because Gilly is going to be basically, there we go, unblockable for most of the fight unless you get the armor breakdown from the start. So someone who has, again, Nullify for this path is going to be super handy. That way you get rid of the regen triggers, you get rid of the armor ups if they're reliant on armor ups. Have yourself a time. Oh. And you always have that stupid Digicloak to deal with. But figure use this opportunity to build up some charges. So I can go binary and then really wall up her and then be ready for Emma later on. Stupid. Fat fingers. That is not what I was going for. Okay, so the armor up's down. Let's have her just punch into me a bit until the overload switches in. Whoa! Did you see that teleport right there? That was ridiculous. I am not a fan of teleporting. But that was nuts. Alright, so we can't break that stupid shield of hers. I disagree with that. That Dex had eyes. Scrub gameplay, everybody. Scrub gameplay. Fun part is that Gilly isn't that hard of a fight. Dex back from the start because she's unblockable from the start. So you can get that permanent armor up down. Or if you don't have a armor break champ or nullified champ, come here. Thank you. Of course, the Digicloak comes up. Because the brilliant. Brilliant. Because it would just be my luck that the heals and the armor up pop up right at the least opportune time. Of course they would. There we go. That's enough of that. What's up, Kavia? We don't know who the ultimate boss is going to be just yet. They have only posted the first 3 missions of the first book, so as of yet, we don't know who the last 3 are going to be. There also isn't any story mode tied into any of this, so it's basically you just spawn into the map and then have at it. So that remains to be seen. See what we got. So I get a falter every 10 hits. That's fun. Okay, don't hit them with bleed or poison. So because I have Hood, so this will be something for you Ghost users out there, is that if you don't have Hood, and if you're running Suicides, Cold Turkey may be almost an instant KO right at the start of the fight. So heads up for that. And then basically don't get hit. Cool. So let's see how this goes. That'd be really annoying if on Old Man if Lionheart. That's right. That's right, Fisher. Every 10 hits. Get that falter. That's right. Yep, that wasn't going to get better. Gotcha, gotcha. So, personal note to self, make sure that I've got the precision up for hit number 11. And then go, don't get touched. Because of Ghost precision abilities, you can get past the falter and miss. Come on, my dude. Thank you. Provided you got the precision up, so... Oh, that didn't work that time. Why didn't that work that time? And that teleporting is nonsense. That teleporting is nonsense. Yeah. Okay. Moving right along. Not sure why that did miss. That worked the first time. Or I can phase through it. That's interesting. It's a temporary falter instead of a permanent one. That could be useful. Alright, that's not that bad of a fight at all. I thought that falter was going to be permanent until I struck again, but it's just temporary. So, boss number 1, Emma. So, what's Emma got? Rust and Ruin. When a defender is struck, a 40% chance to inflict an armor break on me over 10 seconds. And once I got 5 armor breaks, it becomes permanent. So, basically, Ghost can't phase. Immune to armor breaks because, of course, and whenever you receive a debuff you're immune to, they gain power. So, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. Well, that's a shame. And that was a heck of a lot of damage too, wasn't it? I was alive and then I wasn't. That. Maybe an Aegon fight actually. So you can shrug off all the passive armor breaks and then the permanent ones later on. Provided he's ramped up. I'll probably shrug off the heal block too, because that's an active heal block. Well, that's not looking good for me. Interesting, interesting. And she's immune to armor break. It's gonna be fun for me. Okay. And that's just not gonna get better. So overall, I'm liking that. Emma's going to be annoying, but not impossible, which is perfect. Actually, Sparkles is a really bad choice for this fight. Because each time she gets that, because she's immune to everything, basically. Anytime I try to armor break her, she gets power, which may not actually be a bad thing. Because her specials are interceptable. It just means she's gonna be firing off specials all the time. But suicides are not your friend. So that's fun. That's fun. Let's go get loaded up on some stuff, shall we? If for no other reason, because we can. I'm gonna get a couple of these because, again, I can. And, you know, I don't want to be stuck reviving and then going back in a whole bunch of times. That's not fun for anybody. But I'm just going in for this, for the first couple hits. Give her some power. Dex all of that nonsense. So, try and bait out the special. Got that. Special dodge. Parrier to build up her power a little bit. Eat the chip damage. Well, since I'm going to die here anyway. Come on, you clown. Stupid. Okay, so upon further analysis, it's not that awful of a fight. It's just knowing how to fight her going in, and then willingly building up her power meter a little bit. Bait out and then punish specials. But yeah, if you've got somebody who can shrug off debuffs, that's probably, by the look of it, your best bet. And I still think that Aegon might be a good shot here, again, for that reason. You can do it. Thank you. Thank you. Come on. Do something, please. Thank you. Thank you. See if I can bait out that special again. I mean, that works too, but that's still a little bit slower. Come on. Oh. Cool. And there's that. So, hopefully come back in. Last kill should be the killing blow and then move on. Oh. This one. Bait out the special, going. A little bit of face punching. Okay, so she's got the special again. See if we can bait that out. Nope. Special, please. Special, please. Cool. That. And beautiful. That was a bit more labor intensive than I would have liked. Excellent. So, Yasser, there you go. Tentatively, we got 1 gold as rewards. Cool. So I'm going to step off for just a sec and then get going with what? What? What is this nonsense? So we can only fight Chapter 1 of Act 1? Really? Or maybe I just need to restart because it's wonky somehow. That would be disappointing. Alright, so... Well, that's nice. It just auto puts you back in the forum you were before. So that's nice. But really, it's locked? What's the point? Oh, okay. Well, let's take another quick look over the map. That's so disappointing. Yep. Alright, well, I'm still going to step off for a minute. I'll be back, and we'll figure out what to do from there. Alright, well, that's fun then. That's fun. So, effectively, this whole beta seems to be testing out just a couple new node interactions, which, you know, may or may not be also incorporated into the next season of War since it's still early. So, that's interesting. Okay, but no matter. Let's go back in and let's just let's see what else there is and have some fun. So there was a bleed vulnerability and there was a poison vulnerability, along with another acid wash. So for those of you who have Man-Things ranked up, should be good there. Longshot could actually be a lot of fun. So let's do that, and then he's got a long shot with somebody else. Where it converts, if like they're bleed immune, then it converts to degen, I think. Let's see who that is. That'd been really fun if Mojo's synergy with Longshot was poison instead of bleed. See, I don't want to bring Black Widow for the poison, but her poisons are super weak. So let's just try this out. Well, and then who do I want to bring? Let's bring this tried and true herself, because you still can. And just enjoy some quaking while we can too. So I don't think Longshot's abilities are affected by class. I mean, we're about to find out. This is either gonna go really well or really poorly. Kind of excited to see which. I do not have any of deep wounds turned on currently. I don't think, which is not recommended for this path. This one just right here is for fun. We'll get a couple more on you there. Okay. That wasn't as exciting as I thought it'd be. Oh. Oh. Why is that dealing incinerate damage instead of bleed? Oh no, it is incinerate. It's a special 2, isn't it? Come here, my dude. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Okay, cool story. And build up this special 2 again, try this again. What am I missing here? Now I'm missing something. Yeah, I don't get that. Because it was incinerating Hulk on the special 1. Unless there's a global that I missed. Which, you know, knowing me, it's always a distinct possibility. Alright, so what do we got? Oh, that's what I did miss. Shifting immunity, that's stupid. Fun mechanic. Okay, so then I just need to keep my eye open for that. Probably why I was doing the degen. Okay, so right now, yeah, I'm bleed immune. Or he's bleed immune. Now he's poison immune. He's gonna be bleed immune again. Keep that up on you. Now he's bleed immune. I would imagine that would be a bit more spectacular with some extra levels of deep wounds turned on. But as it stands, that's not too terribly exciting. Now let's just throw Archangel in there just for kicks. I'd imagine that Squirrel Girl could be a lot of fun here. I don't think Black Widow Clairvoyant is going to do a whole lot just because her stats are so weak to begin with for debuffs. Maybe. Well, actually for this path, since nothing really costs anything, because it's the beta, we're just going to screw around a bit. Actually, talking about screwing around. Could have some fun with that later on. Bunch of random stuff there. But anyway, masteries. So we are going to take off suicides. Then we are going to max out deep wounds. Overall, though, how disappointing. They tout the whole Act 7 beta, but it's you can only get into Chapter 1. Everything else is still locked. And no posting of rewards, no posting of anything. It's just... Effectively, it's just testing out a couple new nodes, really. So let's go to Despair. Turn that up a little bit. And then no points left over for Assassin, which not that big a deal. And then deck out. Try it out again. I'm trying to think. She doesn't throw up poisons, I don't think. Yeah. Shame. What's up, Yasser? Kabam just randomly sent out invites like two and a half weeks ago to just a random number of people. There wasn't any real rhyme or reason as to who got it or why. So some of the top players in the game, some of the YouTubers, other YouTubers, and everybody in between. Some got it, some didn't. Some people who are uncollected got it, some people who aren't got it, you know. Whole lot of mix and match. And again, most of all of it's just completely random. Killmonger has a new bleed synergy, doesn't he? Yeah, it was Summoner Supreme. I don't think I really need that, though. But poison, again, is constantly going to be the kicker. And then, since I'm not going to get as far as Emma, I'm not going to worry about bringing an Emma counter. So, for those of you just tuning in, I already did completion. I got 1 gold reward, which was lovely. And I'm going to assume and extrapolate that it's going to be the same case for for 100% exploration. So at this point, it's just screwing around. So first impressions for this path here. It's not bad. It's just not going to be done quick. Is the thing, really. Because it's a bleed and poison vulnerability on this path, right? Which we've done plenty of times before. The thing is, it also has like a oscillate of sorts. But instead of switching between armor up and fury, it's poison immune and bleed immune. So it's really slow going. Really slow going. Just because everyone's super tanky. And effectively, you can't do anything for the first 10 seconds of the fight. You can build up your power a little bit. That's about it. Very annoying. It's because it's slow. This basically means that every 10 seconds you're starting over from scratch. And there's no way to really keep it up, just because he shrugs off all the bleeds that he's got currently. So you're going to need someone who does a huge burst bleed damage amount right from the start. I don't think there's... Well, let's see. I mean, Claire's whole thing is benefiting from immune champs, right? So, see if she can put her money where her mouth is. Well, without getting punched in the face, preferably. That'd be nice. Get her ramped up. A little bit. And anyway, I'm probably going to call it right there. So, everybody, that is the first look at the beta. It tells us essentially nothing. There's no rewards posted. You can only get, from what I can tell so far, you can only get into the first chapter of Act 1. And it seems to be a real dry run of just a couple new nodes, which we may or may not see before this comes out and the next season of Alliance War. So I'm going to be playing around with this some more, just, seeing what works, coming up with some fun strats or unique approaches to this. The cycling bleed and poison bit is annoying. I think it's going to be interesting. Real quick, do I think Act 7 is too easy? No, I think it's pretty straightforward so far. I mean, I've only been able to get into Chapter 1 of Act 7, and it seems like, just at first glance, it seems like it's more on par with, like, Act 6, Chapter 3, something like that. And then the couple paths that I've been trying on seem to also be much more skill-based as opposed to being champion-based. But this cycling bleed bit, this probably could possibly very well change my mind, just because it seems to be a very slow slog of a fight. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely going to wind up eating my hat if I say that Act 7 is too easy. So so far it seems like it's pretty on par with where the game should be. But again, I need to keep diving into it, which I will be doing that shortly. So. To those of you who've been watching live, thanks for watching live and hanging out while I prove once and for all that I am a complete scrub with a lucky roster. But I think, I did have some fun in there and had a couple of good fights. So, again, I'm going to be posting stuff with completion, a couple of strats here and there, fun fights, snippets, this, that, and the other, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I've got a bunch of other stuff that's already preloaded into YouTube that's going to be releasing here this week, so stay tuned for that as well. And I live stream each night. I do a lot of arena. I'm really an arena grinder, so I'm always around. Tune in for like about a good hour and a half, a couple hours, get to Gab, and that's where I float around mostly. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If I could get you guys to like and subscribe to the channel, it's a new channel, and currently I'm doing a content creator push. The content creator program requires a gate of a minimum amount of subscribers to get into. So when I say that each and every bit helps, I'm being serious, and I really, really do appreciate it. But again, that's going to do me for now, guys. So until next time, take care. Talk soon. Stay safe. Be well, everybody. Bye for now.